What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning, yes, Anthony Joshua. The fight will be in the US of A, in the Mecca of boxing. It will end where it began, people. Let me read it for you guys. That Anthony Joshua versus Andy Ruiz, Brit to return to New York's Madison Square Garden for a rematch in pursuit of reclaiming world heavyweight titles, okay? And this is for every title except the WBC. Of course, that is held by Deontay Wilder, okay? So this is very good for the sport of boxing. It's very good for Anthony Joshua because he shows what he wants to do, and he's showing he's the boss. Because we know Eddie Hearn, and there was some, some conflict there from what Eddie Hearn wanted and what he was saying versus what Anthony Joshua was saying and what he wanted. So, being that said, I'm glad that Anthony Joshua has the final say, because it's one thing to say, hey, I'm the boss, right? Says the boxer, but then someone else calls the shots, like some people. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say any names because I don't need to. But then all of a sudden, you got to step and you got to get with other people. No, the fight should be in the US of A because he lost it here. Like I said, people know where I stand on that, and I'm glad he's making the stand. I hope he looked at the videos that I posted. And, and it wasn't derogatory. I was just calling it how I see it. Anybody can be Counterpunch, people. You know what I mean? Yes, Anthony Joshua, because if he decided to do that, he would be wrong for doing that, and I had to counterpunch him. You know what I'm saying? Because he needs to redeem himself where he lost it, okay? That's that. Showing, oh, well, I get favoritism. You're just showing your favoritism. That's showing a sign of weakness, or you're vulnerable to fight in a particular place. You should be able to fight anywhere. You're a world champion, not just a champion of the UK. Now, I criticize Deontay Wilder about being the champion of the US of A because he decides not to fight in other countries, okay, to defend his belt, and I can't say that, and I can't counterpunch Deontay Wilder and scrutinize him if I can't do that to AJ. That's only right, people. You know what I mean? Because Deontay Wilder doesn't want to fight outside, the US, right? But everyone now wants AJ to come back home. No, he needs to go back and venture out and fight in other countries all over the world. You know what I mean? And then that's one thing Tyson Fury was known for. Hey, I'll come to your backyard. He went to Germany. Then he comes to America. Now he's in America fighting. You know what I mean? So he's doing what he claims that he's about. And so is Anthony Joshua. So this is very good news for the sport. I'll leave the link below. And those guys have some work to do. You know what I'm saying? They really do, because they got a guy that has defeated him once upon a time. So it's up to him, his trainer, Rob McCracken, I think he should bring in somebody else, right? Like Fury did Roach, bringing Roach in. I think they could bring somebody else in that works on tactics, you know what I mean? Especially when fighting with smaller fighters. I would recommend Lennox Lewis, simply because Lennox Lewis is the kind of guy that he's tall, but he knows how to fight tall. So he needs to get in there with someone that knows how to fight, so he knows what to look for from smaller guys. You know what I mean? I hate fighting short dudes too, because they know their own range. You don't know their range until they catch you. You know what I mean? With all that dipping and slipping. So it is what it is, man. I think that they have their job cut out for him. He needs to focus and come back to Madison Square Garden to attempt to take those titles back. But it is a good start. It is a good way to redeem yourself. The Mecca of boxing is the place that you need to go for this type of fight. It ends where it begins, people. Anyway, you guys tell me what you think about Anthony Joshua coming back to fight in Madison Square Garden. Please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.